Good morning, one and all. This is Owen McCafferty, being brought to you through the kindness of Professional Fusion, just to bring home a few ideas about what's occurring and using mostly my time in practice with clients and dear friends to come up with ideas and thoughts that are both concurrent and timely. And what I'd like to do is maybe just take a few minutes and tell you about a phone call I just had with a very dear friend and his wife on an issue that's pretty common these days. If you remember, we had from 2001 to late 2001, early 2002 to 2005, a series of inflationary increases that resulted as a result of decisions that have been made by a series of economic happenings, shortages, results of pandemics, and clear decisions on the part of politicians to do things that would be adverse to the interests of an economy. Now, people do things for reasons and logic, and I'm not going to get into that. But what I am going to do is comment about the economy. The economy really took it in the chin and got kicked in the shins as a result of that. And one of the things that's occurring now is the aftermath. And the aftermath is that, well, gee whiz, from 2002, 2003, and into 2004, the early part, people were getting raises because there was a shortage of people. The dollar was really worth a lot less. When you have $35 trillion of debt, I guarantee you, it's not going to be worth a heck of a lot. Prices went up. Inflation's a part of the issue, but inflation is only one part of price. And clearly and distinctly, prior executive governments had it right. It was also the greed of companies when they could see that they could raise their prices above and beyond what really the cost and expense increases were, to just increase them. And when they did, gee whiz, lo and behold, we have price increases. Inflation is only part of the factor. That's the devaluation of the dollar. That's when you have more dollars chasing fewer goods and services. And because in our economy, our people aren't working as hard, especially, and I hate to say it, some of the younger ones, where they feel that what used to be in a profession a good 50 to 65 hour work week as being a normal work week, they're looking at somewhere around 30 to 35 hours as being, gee whiz, we're really breaking a sweat. So we don't have those man hours that are usually used in an inflationary society to start to balance that mismatch where we printed too darn much money. So what's occurring is that right now we are in some economic challenges. There's no question about it. I don't care what the folks who do the calculations for the consumer price index allege. It's hurting, and it's hurting a lot. And people are feeling it, and they feel it in certain areas of the country worse than others. Some areas of the country take a long time to recover from economic difficulty. Some, like the Rust Belt, have virtually almost any perception of recovery. So with all of that going on, there's going to be what's occurring now with practices of all kinds, be they accounting, law, architecture, professional engineering, of course, veterinary medicine and dentistry, dermatology, human medicine, in surgery, and internal medicine and ophthalmology, and podiatry, and ophthalmology. I can't even pronounce it right. But I'm sure someone is going to give me the right term for it. Ophthalmologic. But you can see I'm struggling. Maybe, I don't know, what'll happen is they'll cut it out, maybe not. But in all of the professions, all of them, as well as most businesses in the United States, it's occurring. And when the challenges occur and the economic decline starts, it's usually as a result is people just can't afford to pay those prices because wages aren't increasing in the same rate as prices. You notice I didn't say inflation, but prices. The second issue is that the people who've received increases in the past, and some of them received some pretty hefty increases, they kind of expect that. That's, gee whiz, nothing more than I deserve. So what's occurring in a lot of practices is they're seeing a downturn in the income, both in the transactional volume of patients and clients, and also the willingness of those patients and clients to come in for higher end services. And as a result, we're starting to see, now that we're getting the information in for 2024, in the 2025 year, a pretty strong indication that we're seeing a downturn in profit. Gross income may be going up, expenses are going up, and the end result is that the net profit, both as a percentage of gross as well as in an absolute dollar amount, are going down. So what's occurring now is we're in the first part of the year and employers are struggling because their employees are saying, I want an increase. I want an increase like I had last time. But you don't have the money for the increase because, in fact, the margins have dropped for 2024, and those individuals who have been receiving increases may not have been working as hard to have that increased justification. And as a result of that, the fees did go down in the practice in terms of gross income and net profit. But as I said before, sometimes that's being masked because the net profit is actually the factor that you use to start to pay salaries. Now, profit and cash aren't the same. We all know that. But the end result is that they sure are correlative. So what we're seeing is a push on the part of employers to pay more money like they've paid in the past. But unfortunately, the employers have run out of profit margin cash, and they can't. Now, some employees will say, well, we understand. Let's roll up our sleeves. Let's work a little harder. We will do it. And then as we do it, then we sure do hope that you'll remember that we're here and we're producing an income on your behalf, and therefore that you'll make it up to us. Now, that's a pretty mature employee. On the other hand, some of them might say, well, I don't care, but it's usually I need that extra money. I'm not going to come up with a reason and a way and a possible alternative that can show you how I can earn that money. I just need it. I need it for my family. But as a result of that, you as an employer are going to be stuck in the middle. How are you going to do it? You don't want to lose these people. They are like family to you. This is a capitalism, but a capitalism with a heart. But sometimes those that you think have an affinity for you have an affinity that is conditional. So don't be disappointed if it just doesn't work that way. So if you feel this way, the message is you are not alone. All employers right now, in the throes of this type of economy where we've had such massive increases, my gosh, look at the car industry. Look at what's going on with manufacturers and dealerships right now. It's just incredible. Go to the grocery store. You're going to have increases. They're coming around. Folks can't afford things. Employers can't afford to just have off-the-wall increases unless they're in professions or industries with obscene margins. And those obscene margins occur because they're overcharging their customers. you have to deal with it because you are not overcharging people. You're charging a fair fee. So therefore, you have to be realistic about it. Please use your head and don't feel that you have to be in loco parentis, that is, in the place of parents, to your staff if your staff are misbehaving. They just aren't generating the income. Now you can throw your hands up in the air and you can say, well, it's because of the economy, or it's because we just can't get people to come in and accept our recommendations. Well, I'm sure there's a lot of reasons for it, but it's an effort that everyone has to assume as being the means. Now, when your profits go down, your cash goes down, you don't have as much to take home. Who do you complain to? Well, I bet it's your accountant and or somebody else. And the fact is that nobody can really do anything about it, but be as creative and hardworking and positively oriented as you can be. But don't feel bad if for the 2025 year, you're going to not be able to cause there to be an early Christmas the way you have in years gone by. It's only as a result of the economic situation that's occurring presently. It's a cycle. I hope it's a cycle that we will evolve from. But right now it's a cycle, and the result of it is as of years precedent. So with that, this is Owen McCafferty. Just wanted to give you a little pep talk and tell you what's going on in your world today from the financial standpoint in the professions of veterinary medicine and dermatology and dentistry. So until the next time, take care.